Welcome back to Fight Network. Cody Safdie here with you. The UFC returns to Denver, Colorado on Saturday night, featuring a very pivotal women's bantamweight clash between Valentina Shevchenko and the fighter who now joins us on the line. It's the Venezuela vixen, Julianna Pena. Julianna, how are you going today?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Now, first things first, I was very disappointed watching the Combate Americas broadcast last week and not hearing your voice on the broadcast. It's obviously become a bit of a staple. When you're not in full-time camp in the full swing of things, can we expect a return from you onto the broadcast?
I think so, yeah. That's awesome, though. You like me. You really, really like me.
Well, you're passionate, and obviously you understand the positions as well. So Ray Flores is a fantastic broadcaster, but you physically know what's going on. I think that adds a big element. Is that something that you're interested in, is broadcasting?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a great time when I'm doing the Combate commentating. It's a really fun job, and I swear I could talk about MMA and fighting all day long, 24/7. So something that I'm passionate about. It comes very naturally for me, and because I am fighting and I have fought before, I do kind of know what it's like to be in the cage, and so I think I bring that element to the Combate side, and I think that they like that, and I love doing it. So I just I'm looking forward to continuing to do that in the future for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to that return. Now, you've been a longtime fighter out of Spokane, Washington with Sick Jitsu. Obviously, you've made a permanent move over to Chicago now, spending some time as well in Indiana. Is that a permanent move for you? Are you 100% fully dedicated? Or are you thinking there might be a return to Spokane at some point in the future?
No, Chicago is looking like my new home. I love it there. And I love being near my jiu-jitsu coach and my second extended family. So I enjoy Chicago very much. I still haven't yet got to enjoy the city as much because I've been in training camp. But I enjoy being in a new location. I've lived in Spokane my whole entire life. I know that city backwards, forwards. There's not anywhere in that city that I don't know. So I think that expanding my horizons and going to a new location and getting a fresh start is something that I needed, and it makes me very happy to be in Chicago.
Now, you're at the Luis Claudio Combate team. Now, obviously, he's a fantastic jiu-jitsu instructor and a jiu-jitsu practitioner in general, former world champion, and I believe a fourth-degree jiu-jitsu black belt. Obviously, he's got your grappling skills down pat, and you've always been known as a fantastic grappler. Who are some of the people that are helping you develop on the striking side of things?
I've been working with Yair Rodriguez's striking coach, Mike Valley, and then also I've been working very closely with the first American to knock out a Muay Thai champion in the Lumpini Stadium named Wayne Gregory. And he's an amazing, amazing man, and he's given me a ton of knowledge. And so those are the two striking guys I've been working with.
Now, obviously, with this fight being at altitude in Denver, Colorado, there's a lot of fighters that feel it's necessary to go out there a week, 2 weeks in advance and kind of get acclimated to it. Some fighters don't really believe that, and they think, I'll be okay, especially because they have good cardio gas tanks to begin with. Well, how do you feel on the matter? Did you feel it's necessary to go out there earlier, or are you just fine getting most of your training down and then heading out the week of?
Yeah, I've been out here for 3 weeks, and I definitely came early so that I could get acclimated to the weather.
And with this being the first 5-round fight of your career, obviously fans have grown to admire you because you have a very fast-paced style. You're going in there, you're trying to break your opponents more or less as quick as possible. This being a 5-round fight, the first 5-round fight of your career, and being at altitude, does that change up the game plan?
No, it's always been the same for me. Thank you. It's always been the same for me. I always bite down on my mouthpiece and come forward and get in my opponent's face. So it's probably going to be the same exact thing. Once that steel cage door closes, I'm an animal, I'm a gamer, and I'm coming at you as hard as I can. So nothing's really going to change.
Now, in 2017, a lot of fighters are very well-versed at all skill sets, being, grappling, wrestling, striking. To be an MMA fighter, you have to kind of be good at everything. A lot of fans and pundits are kind of pegging this fight as a striker versus grappler between you and Valentina Shevchenko. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, I think that Valentina is a very decorated striker. She's the toughest striker that I've ever had to face in my career. She's a 17-time Muay Thai world champion, and I think that she's going to be very much wanting to keep her distance from me the whole time and make sure that it doesn't get to the ground because that's where she feels I'm at my strongest. However, I feel like I'm comfortable wherever the fight goes. If we want to stand and bang on the feet, I'll do that. If she wants to take it to the ground and wrestle or in the clinch, I'll do that too. So, I can't worry too much about what Valentina does, and I need to focus kind of on what I know I can do, and that's making a fight ugly, making it messy, and grinding out until I break their will and get them to stop, and that's what I plan on doing.
Now, this fight certainly seems like a title eliminator between two highly ranked fighters, but in the UFC, it seems like title shots are just never seemingly guaranteed. Has there been any discussion, or have you been given any type of word if this is an official title eliminator?
No, I leave that on the company. They're obviously going to do whatever they want to do, so that's up to the company. It's not up to me.
Now, with the newly formed 145-pound division popping up, there's obviously more opportunities for girls that are willing to go between both weight classes. When you look at that main event at 145 between Jermaine Demrandamy and Holly Holm, those are two fighters that you matched up with very excellently anyways at 135 pounds. Does that create an interest for you to now maybe go up to 145 or try to be a dual champion?
No, my eyes have always been set on being the 135-pound female UFC bantamweight champion, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. So my focus is on being the 135-pound champ and not the 145-pound champ. There's plenty of competition and a lot of girls in the 135-pound division that Nunes should be worried about as far as facing all the girls and wiping out her division at 135 before she goes to 145. But that's obviously none of my business, so she's going to do whatever she wants.
Well, it's a fantastic division at 35 and 45. I think that the talent level of women's MMA has certainly grown a lot, and you're a fighter that's defeated a lot of these top-level girls, in fact, is in the mix. But something we've really noticed at the UFC level, certainly, is that people are going more in the favor of these super fights. So my final question for you, and I know you don't want to look ahead of an opponent, so it's very much just a theoretical question, but in a picture-perfect world, if you come out victorious on Saturday night against Valentina Shevchenko, would you want that immediate title fight against Amanda Nunes, or would you flatter the idea of a super fight against someone like Ronda Rousey and putting that grudge to rest, so to speak?
I'll do whatever fight makes the most sense for me, but like I said, I've been eyeing the belt at 135 pounds ever since Dana White said that females were allowed to fight in the UFC, so that's where my focus is at.
Well, regardless, you've taken all the right steps towards that, and you'll have another crack at doing exactly that on Saturday in Denver, Colorado, at UFC on Fox 23, Valentina Shevchenko and Julianna Pena. Julianna, thanks as always for taking the time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.